Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Raved, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we started to ascend the elevators in the ONBS building to find Nett and see his plans about Cipher, as well as save him, because quite obviously Cipher is attacking him. And we also found out that people in elevators are scary beings. And in this episode, we are going to continue doing just that, minus the whole scary beings in elevators ordeal. But first, I want to go over something which I forgot to do when I first entered ONBS all the way back in episode, insert episode title here. And that was this chest that contained an ether. It's a little bit of a nice thing to have here, however, I do wish there was something else, like maybe a great ball or something, just because ethers aren't exactly all that useful. And speaking of stuff that aren't really that useful at all, the ONSB news... Did I just say ONSB? Whatever. Anka, you're a doll. I see your pretty face on TV all the time. But you know, you're a lot prettier in person than on TV. What? Who are you? I'm getting Anka's autograph. You stay out of this. Okay. Tell me, what's your name? Mr. Rixor? Yeah, I figured I'd have a name like that. I want to ask you something. Were you really trying to get her autograph, or were you trying to hit on her? I understand that other games, like, okay. In Japan, they release stuff as it was made, and obviously, ports of the Japanese version translate to English, get looked over by the teams, and some stuff gets translated, such as something in Pokemon Fire Red that used to say, or rather, that the old man in the, or not in the, but outside of the Celadon gym, slight spoilers for nothing really, he says that the gym is full of great-looking women, and in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they translate that to saying something along the lines of, oh, this place is full of great trainers. And I understand that it's like... Actually, no. I don't understand anything about that at all. It's like the stupidest thing ever. And, I mean, it adds like the slight amount of character to that old man. It's like, oh yeah, he's a pervy old man. Pretty much like all the other pervy old men that Japan tries to depict in their anime and all of their other things. But anyways, I don't understand that. It gives him like a little bit of what personality he could have possibly had by being a pervy old man, and they change it to him being a generic guy who's like, oh, this place is full of great trainers, there's a personality. It's not existent. And I want to know something. For those of you who have played the Japanese version of Pokemon XD, or if you know anything about it at all, does this guy say exactly the same thing? That is, if you actually have the translation for that at all. I actually don't know about it at all, and I'm actually willing to hear what your guys' input on that is. If you do not know it at all, well, then I guess I'll have to find it myself after this recording. Because I'm actually kind of interested in that. I want to see if this guy said, get his autograph in the English version and say, hey, I'm trying to hook up with this hot newscaster, even though she doesn't really look relatively hot at all. Anyways, alright, quick attack on Quillfish and return, I believe, on the other Pokemon, Chinchou. Or Chinchou. Chinchou actually is the proper pronunciation. I said, you know, I keep talking about how stuff happened when I was like a little kid and all. Like last episode I was talking about my English teacher in middle school, of all things, when we were talking about Pokemon. But I always used to say Chinchou as being like Chinchou. Like, you know, just being all giant like Chinchou! Or that was horrible. I apologize and you're never gonna go an episode without hearing a voice crack, guys, just saying. And on the topic of pronunciating Pokemon names right, I find it crazy how many different types of pronunciations there are for Pokemon in different handbooks and anime and mangoes and whatever the game and anime does and stuff like that. Yeah, and I understand manga, mango, whatever. I understand that those things don't really let you hear it, but I don't really know. Anyways, as you can see, Teddiursa is now learning Feint Attack. Feint Attack. Not the best move for Teddiursa at all. However, I don't really see myself... Never mind. I actually should probably use Refresh next time I go into a battle rather than use a freaking antidote. Yeah, I know. Gee, I'm losing so much by using that one antidote. I'm not really going to teach it that, even though a lot of people like to teach Teddiursa and its evolution Feint Attack, but I'm just not like that. I'm sorry. Not really. But with that, Rixor has been defeated, and he will no longer get her autograph. Miss Anka! Wow. Either he's a diehard fan, or he's really bummed out that he can't get with her. Alright, Anka, what do you have to say about the man who was trying to hit on you / get your autograph? Thanks for your help. I don't think anyone expected the ONBS to be made the target. But you watch. We'll get this story out in the news in a big way. Okay, you go ahead and do that. In the meantime, okay, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use that antidote. I only have one left, and oh man, okay, yeah, 12 more steps and would have been dead. Also, speaking of stuff that's, or rather fainted, my bad. And speaking of people or Pokemon that are fainted, I want to go ahead and heal up Gulpin. I did not, well, actually, I did forget to do that in the last episode, or rather before recording this. So I went ahead and did that right there. And also, what I want to do is I want to start training Aron a little bit. Yes, it's called Aron, not Aron, or Aron as I called it. There's a lot of ways to pronunciate this Pokemon's name, and I like sticking with Aron just because that's kind of how I say it, but there will be people that may get mad at me because of that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just play innocent and just say Aron, so then no one yells at me. And speaking of stuff that I used to yell at when I was a kid, even though we're not really talking about stuff that I yelled at as a kid, jump scare, in a way. Oh, sweetie, I was looking for you. You can bring it on. I don't go easy on little kids. You were waiting for me, and you're talking in that tone. Are you messing with me? Bad pun, I know. Anyways, while we're in a battle against her, I want to talk about something which I have not mentioned at all because we briefly brought up Aron in the last episode. And that was going to be... my bad. That was going to be the Pokemon as a whole in terms of stats and stuff. Aron is a defensive wall. It is not really meant to be a special wall, but rather just a plain physical wall. The thing about it is, Aron lacks everything else except for attack, which is rather good as well. However, the only problem is my Aron came with a modest nature. And even though I'm not really one to talk about natures and stuff in these Let's Plays just because that only really applies mainly towards stuff like, oh, I don't know, competitive battling. And this really isn't competitive battling when you're fighting AI that you can just do a grind fest on to do. But anyways, Aron itself is a really good Pokemon. And I wanted it for the reason that not only is it a rather good attacker when it evolves and actually gets a rather good moveset, and plus its ability, which is sturdy, which prevents recoil damage, which will be extremely useful for moves I'll get later on, but it's also a physical wall. And the reason that I picked that was because I wanted one. And plus, Aron has been one of my favorite Pokemon to date, especially its evolutions, which I'll talk about at a later time once he actually evolves, or rather, she actually evolves, because our Aron is a girl, yes. That actually is kind of funny because, actually, nah, never mind, I'm not really going to talk about that at all. It's not something I should really talk about publicly just because. And, whoa, a crit, nice. Even though, oh yeah, right, I forgot to talk about the modest ability. Or mobility, nature, my bad. Before we do that, let me talk about Vulpix right here, because this Vulpix is a Shadow Vulpix. And on the topic of Shadow Pokemon, while they do look all shiny and glittery when they're a Shadow Pokemon like that, that transitions me properly into a topic of shiny Pokemon in Pokemon XD. Like the main series games, in Pokemon Coliseum, there was a 1 in 8,192% chance of getting a Shadow Pokemon that was a shiny. And once you found that on the battlefield, catching it and sending it back to your PC would go through that process again, making it 1 in 16,000. And while that was near impossible, it was something that was still possible. They fixed that in Pokemon XD by removing that through various means where they will not get over because it involves lots of complicated science and coding, and I'm not experienced in that stuff. So, just letting you guys know because you cannot ever obtain a shiny Pokemon in this game unless that you get them from your own game. Oh god, oh god, okay, that critical. Okay, Shadow Wave, it's a really weak attack, but it does attack both, and oh, no, don't attack Teddiursa. Okay, thank god, you were being a stupid AI and you attacked Aron, who has a resistance because he's a Steel type. But anyways, so people who were confused about that when they got into Pokemon XD after that, and no, oh, okay. I'm really lucky that Fury Swipes has done that much damage for like all the other attempts Really? Come on, Aron, you're better than that. I understand you have like a modest nature, which once again I forgot to mention. It raises special attack and lowers the attack stat, and Aron is nowhere near qualified to be a special attacker. So, because it's a physical attacker and a physical wall, having Adamant as his nature would help out greatly for his stuff, as well as the other nature, which I'm too lazy to remember. I believe it's Hardy, but if that's not it, well, I apologize. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and use... I'll go ahead and use Metal Claw once more, and I'm actually going to go ahead and catch... Oh, wait. See, the only thing I'm worried about here is... Oh, wait, actually, never mind. What am I talking about? There's something coming up which I really would not need to worry about my Pokemon fainting at all, and that kind of spoils it. But anyways, let's go ahead and catch this Vulpix, because Vulpix is something we need to catch, obviously, because it is one of the Shadow Pokemon, and we're trying to catch all Shadow Pokemon here. If you've not read my whole thing about it being a 100% completion, let's play. Damn! Okay, attempt number 2 at catching his Vulpix, and I actually want to talk about this for a little bit. The catch rate of the Pokemon go up, obviously, as the level increases. However, the thing is, I've never really had problems catching any Shadow Pokemon at all until now, in pretty much any of my playthroughs at all. And as soon as I talk about that, of course, I catch it. But anyways, I've always had problems catching Pokemon from here on out, just because they're, like, with a higher with a lower catch rate, for whatever reason. And the thing is, I don't know if that's actually part of the game's code where, like, at this point on, all Pokemon are hard to catch, or if I just suck in catching Pokemon in general. And speaking of catching Pokemon, I'm running low on Pokeballs. I should probably run over to the store and get some more, so, I'll be right back. I spent all my money before on milk, and now I'm gonna spend all my money on balls. There's some kind of innuendo there somewhere, right? Right? We drove those freaky thugs out with some unfriendly persuasion. Can you imagine the nerve of them coming after defenseless women like me? You're just as buff as all the other bodybuilders! And unlike the other ones, you actually have proportioned legs and arms! God! Anyways, now that I'm back buying Pokeballs, let's continue on our quest to save Nett and get the data ROM deciphered by him, hopefully. And as soon as we walk here, there's a Pokemon healing machine. This is what I meant to do before, and this is actually where I'm going to heal my Pokemon right now, because I failed to do so in the past, and I want to go ahead and do so now. And you guys want to know something? This whole place seems like it'd be clear, right? Wrong! I'm pretty darn tough, I tell you. Be ready to be creamed. I have no idea why my name sounds southern, but southern has just been the low bar. Ugh, these names. I love the names, like, just saying. I mean, they're stupid names, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, sure, it was a bad thing for them when they were maybe in, like, high school or middle school or whatever, and they're being made fun of, like, hi, your name is Elox, or hi, your name is freaking whatever this guy's name is. I literally just forgot what his name was. Lobar, right, there we go. God, I don't understand why I'm forgetting these things so fast. I mean, it's not like I have a low attention span or anything at all. I actually pay attention to stuff, like, really well. It's just, for some reason, I'm not really paying as much attention, and I'm genuinely annoyed by that. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's the chair I'm sitting in. I could be slacking out, or I could be sitting upright. Whatever you wise want to believe. Whatever you wise? Yeah, sure, whatever you wise want to believe. And a Mischievous, okay. Nope. That is a bit of a problem, because since Mischievous is a ghost type, any normal types that will attack it will not be affected, since ghost type is immune to any normal type moves. So, for that reason, I'm going to use... You know, this is one of the only times where I would have considered having Teddiursa learn Feint Attack, just for this moment. And I didn't. No regrets. I want to go ahead and use Metal Claw on Mischievous. I understand that... Oh, damn you! Damn you, Sneasel! Damn you! Reflect basically increases the defense of the entire party of Pokemon that are opposing against you. So, that is a bad move on... Or actually, it's a good move on their part, and an unfortunate one on ours, because now are going to do a lot less damage, and wow! If that thing only didn't use Reflect, I could have actually had a chance to one-shot that Mischievous. Ugh. Oh my god, that sucks. Okay, I'm going to go and use Metal Claw on Mischievous and Metal Claw on Sneasel, because Teddiursa is currently the higher attacker. And I do understand that the majority of Aron's attacks, or rather Aron's moves and attacks and stats in general, are kind of crap right now, but understand it's only his first evolution. And Vaporeon is already as far as it can go, so it's reasonable to have it 100 freaking HP. And Teddiursa only evolves once, so it is reasonable they balance it up. Did you really not have the power to take down a Sneasel? I mean, I understood that there's like a... I understand that I had same type attack bonus for that Metal Claw before, and you have Reflect up, but still Teddiursa. This is dragging out a lot longer than it really should be, and I don't like that at all, because right now I'm going over 20 minutes in recording, and I did say I would give you guys longer episodes, and that's what I'm going to try and do. However, I'm also worried that I may end up doing some extra stuff that may cause it. Whoa! Aron! Wow! That wasn't even a physical move and you survived that. Kudos! KUDOS all the way and level 21. Awesome! I'm telling you, as soon as Aron levels up, he is going to be, she is going to be amazing. And Roar, I'm not really going to use that. Roar causes the target to flee and switch out of battle. I'm not really going to use it at all because while I can think of some ways in which that'd be useful, you know, say like, oh, this guy has some more Pokemon on his team that I would like to reveal, or rather I'd just like to catch a Shadow Pokemon right away if this guy did have one, and by the way, he kind of does, duh. Right here, he has a Shadow Duskull. Duskulls. One of my more favorite Hoenn Pokemon. I actually, getting a little bit off topic here from Pokemon XD. In my Pokemon X and Y game, I'm currently training a... Oh, of course you get your attack increased, Aron, when you just use Metal Claw for, like, what, the 6th time, as opposed to Teddiursa using it, like, what, 20-something times throughout the LP? Teddiursa, you are an amazing Pokemon, but sometimes you really disappoint me. I'm going to use Mud Slap so I can at least get some accuracy down on that Duskull, just in case he decides to use something else like a Shadow move. And, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to use Metal Claw, actually. What am I saying? I was worried that this is going to, like, land a critical, but come on. Not even a critical can stop me now, and... Okay, thank God. If any of you remember that line from Pokemon Platinum, I congratulate you, because that means that you've been watching me for over an entire year, and that means a lot, and damn, I forgot to heal Aron. Well, death is being more consistent now throughout the videos because I'm being too lazy to heal them. And actually, maybe this is a good thing. I get to train Gulpin a little bit more now. And yes, I've been trying to train some of these Pokemon now because I don't want Vaporeon and Teddiursa to be like level, you know, like be a few levels above them. I kind of want everything to be balanced. But at the same time, I'm also a little bit concerned that if I keep doing what I'm doing right now, then maybe Vaporeon's going to fall behind because Teddiursa is going to be a higher level. So I may have to do some training off screen. In fact, I will be doing training off screen. And okay, let me stop talking and actually let me pick my moves. Alright, Metal Claw once again, just because I have no fear. Alright, come on. Can I get a critical? That'd be nice. No criticals? Okay, that's fine. And say, come on, go, go. Ah, oh, come on. Okay, I'm just saying right now, when Duskull is asleep in this game, he looks scary, like even scarier than before, because his eyes do follow around the skull that he has on his head. But still, when he doesn't, he just kind of looks like Lord Death himself from Soul Eater, except smaller and cuter. Let's just go ahead and catch him anyways, and I would like to use a Premier Ball, but I'm going to save that for special Pokemon. Which one is it? Well, you'll find out later. I'm going to go ahead and use... Actually, no. I am not going to do anything. I'm going to try and catch a Duskull while it's half health and asleep and also level 19. It's going to be a bit hard, but let's see. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to do something that people totally say is true. Spam buttons! Okay, just saying right now, that actually did not help at all. I was just being stupid and I was expecting it to not really work. Trust me, by pressing buttons, that really does not do anything at all. I can't believe I actually... Maybe it actually does work. Conspiracy? What's going on here? What's a tough guy like you doing here? Trying to save the asses of everybody in this place that you claim that you want to save and hit on if you were a freaking Rickor. Anyways, hey, Baltoy, buddy! We're not gonna purify you because we're nowhere near a PC center, nor are we anywhere near the purified chamber because we're kind of all the way far out to the south. Alright, there we go. Let's heal our Pokemon. And now we can go up the stairs. And as soon as we go up... Oh, Sebastian! These guys suddenly came here and they were really mean. I tried to make them stop, but... Alright, Detro, we're going to have to go ahead and save you in the next episode because we're coming a little bit short on time here. And I do want to make these... not so short and not so long, but I don't want it to be like half-hour episodes because I understand some people don't like watching them when they don't really have enough time to watch my videos as they are right now, being like 15 minutes long and stuff like that. So, we're going to leave it at that. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we are going to save Teddiursa and enter Nett's office. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.